Okay, so good morning, everyone. Again, we are pleased to welcome you to this session. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Rebecca Baysari from the Lebanese Environment Forum. For those who may not know us, the Lebanese Environment Forum is an umbrella organization that brings together environmental NGOs from across Lebanon. We're working collectively to promote environmental protection and sustainability. This webinar is part of a series of webinars organized in the framework of the EU-funded project aiming for establishing a marine protected areas network in Lebanon in partnership with the University of Balamand. And these webinars aim at involving all stakeholders engaged in the protection of coastal and marine biodiversity to be trained, to increase their capacity on the use of knowledge for establishing MPAs and MPA network. I would like to begin by thanking all our participants for joining us today, as well as our special speakers who have kindly agreed to share their expertise and insights in this crucial topic. Welcome also to the team from the University of Balamand, our partners in this project. I would like also to thank the European Union for their support to the project. Mr. Jihad Jadi just apologized. He apologized as he will not be able to be with us today. Before we begin, I would like to mention that today's session will be conducted in English and in Arabic. So I appreciate your understanding, and we hope this bilingual form will allow for more inclusive and engaging discussion. The webinar also will be recorded and will be made available later on for participants to view later. You will receive a link, of course, to access the recording. During the presentation, I would like to kindly ask you all to keep your microphones muted, please, to avoid any noise in the background. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and wait till the end of the presentation or hold them until the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So if you can either submit your questions in the chat or raise your hand when it's time. Okay, so thank you again for your participation. I would like also to introduce Mr. Abbas Zahreddin, who will be moderating today's session. Mr. Zahreddin brings with him extensive experience in the field of nature conservation in Lebanon, and he has been actively involved in several national efforts for natural reserves with his long-standing commitment to HEMA conservation initiatives. Abbas, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. Good morning. Salam alaikum. Peace with you, everyone. Thank you for being here with us in this webinar with the Lebanese Environment Forum and the University of Balamand in their marine protected areas project network under pressure within the framework of the European Commission. It is a project funded by the European Commission. It's very important, as Rebecca said, and of course within, if we want to put it at a global level, within the global deal for nature and the HEMA revival program of the SPNL, because we are collaborating, LEF, Lebanese Environment Forum, and the SPNL, they are collaborating since 4 decades, and HEMA for peace, the word peace, very important in the Near East, and life support. Our goal at the end of the day, I am only a facilitator, but I wanted to say 2 words. Not only our goal in this webinar, but it is our goal in all the globe, global deal for nature. We want to make it as a global and local happening. We should fight ecocide. We should fight and avoid suicide. We are destroying our environment inside every country. This is a reality. We don't have to hide behind our finger, as we say in Lebanese. We should avoid suicide, and we should stop wars and genocide. And we have ecocide, suicide, and genocide. This is our reality. And hopefully we will make a difference altogether. But again, thank you all for joining us. I will be just facilitator, helping Rebecca and Malik, my friend Malik Gandour. Abbas Zahreddin, agriculture engineer, diploma de estudios avanzados in education and communication for local sustainable development. We are excited to have our beloved speakers, and we are waiting only Luis Toldra. Every speaker will introduce himself, herself, and take your time to present yourself. It's very important, communication. And as Rebecca, all what she said is important to make your questions very short and discussion at the end of every presentation short, because we have a discussion at the closing. And if you want to stay or hold the webinar, we will have discussion and closing important for us. I look forward for your participation and hope you find today the discussion valuable. You have all the agenda. We can start by inviting our second speaker, because our first is not here yet. Renaud Dupuis de la Grande Rive, you have the floor, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Hope you hear me, everybody. Thank you very much for the invitation from all the parts of the organizer of this webinar, and thanks particularly to Abbas, because I have to say it, Abbas, you are my friend since so long time. I thought at the very beginning of this webinar that it was some more than 40 years ago. So it's like that. It was in France, just at the very beginning of the organization of Lebanese Association for Protecting Nature. So it's so good to hear from you and from everybody there, because as you know, I'm really, maybe as you know, I'm really related to the Mediterranean country. So I am a marine biologist. I'm also a professional diver and a photographer, underwater photographer particularly. I'm the director of a marine protected area in the south of France. You will see my presentation just in some minutes. And just to tell you also that I am the president of the network METPAN, which is the network of the managers of marine protected areas in the Mediterranean. And I will intervene in next maybe a webinar, I think next week, if I remember well. Hope so. So I'm really in contact with the Mediterranean since a long time, as I was born also in the Mediterranean in Algeria. And I think I've gone in nearly every country of the Mediterranean, maybe except Lebanon. It's not a joke, but it's the reality. So I will be so glad to meet you everywhere, everyone in the country. I'm going to try to share my screen because I have a new computer. I'm not sure I can do it, so sorry if I cannot. Maybe this one, just up. I don't know if you see it.
No, we can't see it yet.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna try. I don't know why it's.
I can do this for you if you want.
Yeah, I think it's better maybe because my screen has disappeared too.
So if you
Yes.
cannot do it, Rebecca
Yeah.
has your PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, maybe if I do like that.
Something is happening now.
Yes. Maybe is it okay for you?
Excellent.
Yeah, okay.
We have it.
Yes, it's okay.
I'm going to try to go on the. You see the second one too? Okay. First one, yeah. So as I told you, I'm managing an MPA. So I'm going to give you my experience of a local experience on the field, may I say, on the real life of MPAs, because it is the reality. I'm working on the field with so many people. It is in south of France. It is between Marseille and the Spanish frontier, just to tell you. It's quite interesting because during the winter we are only 30,000 inhabitants, but during the summer, that means just right now we are more than 250,000 persons in summer. So it is a very, very big area, tourism area, one of the biggest of France, may I say, in the coast. And the MPA is directly connected with what you see on the picture. That means the marina of Cap d'Agde, because it is the name of this marina. And so the MPA is something like 6 square kilometers area. Just as you can see, just in the front of the marina and the city, and inside that we have a highly protected area of 300 hectares. And I will tell you how we deal with that in my country. What are the MPAs and species? Well, for sure, we are in the Mediterranean. So, as you know, in that part of the Mediterranean, we can have some Posidamidos, for sure. We have courageous habitats, very, very important habitat. And of course, other species like dolphins, like Chuschops truncatus. And my team saw them just some minutes ago because they are at sea. And they told me there was a small group of dolphins crossing the MPA. But what is interesting in that region, it is that there is a lot of activities, as you have understood, a lot of boats, because more than 4,000 boats inside the harbor of Cap d'Agde, but also traditional fishermen, small scale fishermen, 44. It could seem not a lot, but for the south of France, it's very, very important. It was really much more developed in the last century, but now for us, it's important. We have also diving centers. We have recreational fishermen. The picture you have on the left and below, it's all fishermen, recreational fishermen, all the boats you see on the trip. And we have also nautical activities like sailing, for example. So how do we do? We work with. So we have understood that we are. It is a municipality who is managing that, and it was not the same at the very beginning, because I've begun to deal with management of MPAs since 25 years ago, and 25 years ago it was an NGO dealing with that. But with the years, we have decided to change, and it is now managed by the municipality since 13 years. And it is the reason why. The reason is that there is a strong political will. I think it is very important to understand that if you don't have that, it's not so easy to deal with management of MPAs, for sure. It's everywhere in the world. It's like that. If you don't have any political will, it's more difficult, for sure. It is less. So you have understood by Marine Service. I am the director of the Marine Service of the municipality, and inside a special direction. At the very beginning, I was, dear Abbas, alone. Then we have been free during the NGO period, and now in my team we are 9, including myself. We have 5 professional divers, marine, who are most of them marine biologists, and also technicians. And I think that the most important that is to say that there is a big polyvalence of our missions and of my team. It's easier to work when it's like that. I think this is my and for sure in summer we have some more stuff, interns or seasonal stuff. Yeah, but there is a problem. The problem is that unfortunately, we don't have any power of controlling the activities inside the MPA. That's not the case in all the MPAs in France, for sure. I will tell you at the end of my presentation. But we don't have. It's like that because it is the Natura 2000 site due to the European law, and we don't have that. So that means that most of our work is to focus on information, to give public awareness, to have sensibilization at sea, and so on, and also to deal with mobile application because we have one since some years. Just to see also that we are a small team, as you understood, or a big team. It depends on the way you think about it. And we have also I think, good technical means. We have an office, which is a special office. It is a floating house we have since 2 years. We have the radar up to the house in order to check what's moving on, particularly with professional fishermen. And we have 3 boats, a very small, a small, and a bigger one during the summer. We have scientific and diving materials since a long time, but because you have understood that it's not the very beginning of the story of the MPA. And how does it move with the governance and to deal with the pressures? Because it is, I think, the issue of this webinar. How do we deal with that? So that means that we have an internal governance inside the municipality. I said that because that means that we are not alone inside the municipality. As you know, in every municipality, you can have many directions about, for example, environment, general environment, beaches, finances, communication, and we work all together in the same way. And what is important, and that's why I was talking about the political will, that means that the MPA is really considered as part of the global management project of the city. It is not something put in another way. It is part of the life, may I say, of my city. And this is I think this is a very important point. As you can see on the pictures, we have meetings and so on with mayors, with all the people dealing with other directions of my city. And as you have understood, of course, outside the municipality, we deal a lot with all the stakeholders. I must say, really, with all the stakeholders. That means with divers, with recreational fishermen, with professional fishermen, with boats, with rent of location, rent of boats, and so on, with everybody. And we have a steering committee which is led by, for sure, for someone on another level, may I say. It is a maritime and land prefecture. It's the term in French. We are joining every at least once a year. And inside this steering committee, it was very important to have nearly all the representative of the stakeholders of the MPA dealing with the MPA. And I can say also that we have a very good relations with, and it's important to have good relationships with our authorities for sure everywhere. But we have managed to do it on this way since a long time. And one solution of dealing with that easier is to work with working groups. We have done that since a very long time with fishermen on the professional way and the leisure one. And we've also with stakeholders like diving clubs, with renting boats, of course, with public awareness, because public awareness is very important. That means that we are really close, we are really in proximity with the stakeholders, may I say, nearly every day, because we are inside the floating house I mentioned is inside the harbor, and we are dealing with the stakeholders nearly every day. Just an example about the strict marine protected area, because I don't think if you realize that in front of the most important marina, coastal marina of France, we have a small place which is highly protected. Highly protected, that means that everything is forbidden except sailing. Every other activities are forbidden. How do we did that? We did that with a meeting at the very beginning with fishermen, with the 30 fishermen we met each by each since for 1 year, I think, something like that, dealing with them. What do you want? What are your problems? What can we do together? Okay. So we carried out some scenarios we can see on the map, and every they had a map, and they mentioned, well, I want to protect that zone. And every fisherman had his own idea, and this is all the ideas are represented in the map. At we did have a workshop with them to show them all the results, and as you can see, we did have some multi-criteria analysis, and we had 4 scenarios we can see on the map below. And at the very, and that, yeah, someone is talking. Someone is talking. I don't know. And at the very beginning, at the very, at the end, we proved one scenario with them, only with the fisherman. You can see the star in the red star, which has been chosen. So what do we do then after? We went to all the other stakeholders, particularly with diving clubs, and we tried to bring some modifications to have something which is shared with all the stakeholders. And the polygon you see, the green polygon you see on the map is actually the highly protected area, which is 300 hectares. It's 5% of the MPA. It's not a lot, but with that, we protect 45% of the coregonous habitat. So that means that doesn't mean that we need 10% or 20%. It depends on what you are protecting. And with the way we have protected the coregonous habitats, it's important to have this 300 hectares. This project has been validated by the steering committee for sure, because we have to discuss also with the authorities, and the implementation are now on the way for 6 years. We are trying to renew it in the next in 2 years. But I must say that thanks to Europe to help us to manage that, because we were inside a very big project, a life project, a life integrated project managed with the French Office for the Biodiversity, for Marine Biodiversity. It is called Life Mara. It's a life project. And we have been also helped with the regional council. So that means more than 500,000 euros for something like 6 or 7 years. That means that this is very important, because we could work during 6 or 7 years. This is very important to have the time to do the things, particularly when it's difficult on the. So we have administrative costs, a new boat, radar, camera, scientific committee. The money has been managed like that, but it is not the end. It's the last one of the last features, because as I said, we do not have any control possible at sea. Firstly, secondly, we cannot with Natura 2000 issues work in every issue we want. So we managed 2 years ago to go deeper in the protection and to go to a national marine reserve, which is a status, the biggest status, the highest status you can have in France. And we managed it since September 2023. We are on the way. We have again met all the stakeholders with a lot of meetings, something I think like 66 meetings with them. That means that this is a long way to do that. You need also to have staff to do that for sure. But once you do it, may I say, the stakeholders are listening to you, the authorities are listening to you, and the city representatives of the cities are listening to you. So I just want to tell you that this is on the way. Maybe we are. We hope to become a national marine reserve next year, and to have with this possibility to control, because in national marine reserve in France, you can be able to control at sea fishermen, diving clubs, and so on, due to their what they do, or what they do not do, or what they do in the wrong way. And this is my last nearly last slide. That means that the reserve will be something like 77 square kilometers. That means bigger than the one of today, just 1,000 hectares more, and including all the activities we are managing today, and the way we are protecting the areas inside this MPA. And thank you for your attention. Sorry to go deeper in some
Thank
issues,
you,
but
Renaud. Thank you, Renaud. It was a great, and I agree with you. It should be more, let's say, more useful if you can manage slides.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. We can send all the presentation to
Yeah, for
everybody,
sure, for sure, for sure. It will be a pleasure. Yeah.
all the participants. And now, see who's saying something? Who's talking?
Someone is talking. Yeah, I don't know
Someone
who,
is
but
talking.
it's not me.
Someone else. Please unmute and but at the same time you have time for questions, as we said before, short questions, and we keep all the discussion for the ending. Somebody of you, my friends, my colleagues, participants, even Luis Toldra joined us. Padia is also joining us with Shokri. They are all speakers here, but if someone really eager to speak now with Renaud about some issue unclear, she can do it now. Okay. My question, Renaud, for you, and
Yeah.
I want to have this opportunity to ask you about your budget as MPA.
Yeah.
It is a budget the same as every year, or it is changing?
No, it's changing for sure because, and that's why also that we want to go to another status, because with a national reserve, you have some dotation every year you can use as you want in a functioning or investment. And but no, it's I just want to tell you that a big part of my job is to find money. So,
Yeah.
so I try to do it with Europe, with private foundations and so on. No, but I must say also that because of the political will, uh, I am the director of an entire direction inside the city, and that's important. We are 9, so you can easily imagine that it's a big project of staff for sure. And it is, I think, about 60% of the budget is a part of the city, and the rest I have to find it. So I find it with special contracts with the Ministry of the Environment in France. I can have it with the European Union, and I just want to say also that because our link with our networks, and for sure I will mention the one of MedPan, because of the relationships we can have with in everywhere, may I say, we can deal with our colleagues from other MPAs of Europe, particularly, but not only, but most of the time, and do the job. That's the case, for example, for the underwater trail. We have an underwater trail since many years, since 30 years, and we have been dealing with many of MPAs inside the Mediterranean and outside, in order to deal with finding, for example, together materials, things like that. So it's of course it's a big project. We are a rich MPA. I cannot say in another way, but this is reality. But I'm dealing every year to find the way to keep my staff and to have more materials, more things to do. But for sure, for example, when I'm talking about a radar, I want to tell you the reality of MPAs. The radar, and some of the audience know my place. Martina, particularly, is something like 40,000 euros. So, but with 40,000 euros, you can look after all the trawlers working at sea, sometimes outside the MPA and sometimes inside. And when it is inside, we don't have the control ourselves, so we have to have a contact with the maritime authorities to tell them we see on the map with our radar that someone is trawling inside the MPA. Please come on. Okay. For the moment, it's like that. But I think that in the next years it will be different because we could easily go from our floating house, which is just near the entrance of the harbor, to go outside and to say, hey, you are not dealing in the right way. Um, I can control you and draw you to the court if necessary, even if most of the time we want to
I believe
inform.
when you hear the presentation of Hadia and Luis, you will find that the discussion will be on buffering zone.
Buffering zones,
I
yeah.
want you, I want to listen to your intervention when time comes. Any
Okay.
participants, please feel free to ask Renaud one question.
Abbas, Renaud,
Yeah,
there is a
Yeah.
question in the chat from Amel.
yeah.
En français, est-ce que l'établissement de gestion de la réserve naturelle pourrait continuer les consultations avec les usagers même après la création de l'établissement et le classement de la
Yeah.
réserve?
This is an interesting question. This is Amel.
English, in
You're
English,
you're
if you want.
In English, yes, if
in
you want.
English, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Canada Management Body. Yeah, if you can please translate it and answer
Yeah.
in English at the same time, please.
Amel wants to know that if the management body of the actual management body of the MPA, once we will become a national reserve, will be the same. Yes, it will be, and this is the deal we had. That means that since 40 years we are working on that issue, and nearly 15 years with the municipality. For sure, the better way to keep the contact with the stakeholders is to be on the same way. And you are right, Ahmed. This is a very interesting question because it is not always the same. Sometimes when you change your status, the Ministry of the Environment, for example, can say, "Hey, I don't want you to be still the managers, the management body. You're going to change." And for sure, we deal with the Ministry of the Environment to tell them we want to continue to manage even if it is a national reserve. This is a good question. Yeah, thank you, Amal, for
Thank you, Amal.
that.
We have a question. You know Libya very well. We have a question from Libya. Here from the المميز للحاسبات. He didn't make he didn't put his name or her name.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for your interesting
Yeah.
presentation.
Mhm.
I have the
Yeah.
question regarding the exclusion of Libya
Yeah.
from the current grants, especially since there are some Libyan sites that are unique in terms of marine biodiversity. It is worth noting that there are 3 sites in Libya classified as marine protected area.
Yeah.
Renaud, you are the expert of Libya also. You went maybe 10
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, I went many times in Libya. Hello, I know who is from Libya. I don't see the name, maybe in Arabic is it written,
Abdul
I don't know.
Ghani. Abdul
Abdul Hadi.
Ghani.
Abdul Hadi. Nice to hear from you. Abdul Ghani. Okay. No, just to tell you because I am, as you know, I think you're dealing with the president of Metban for sure. Maybe I could answer in the next webinar. No, I think that it is for sure. It's Libya. It's in the south, so you know that you cannot access to all the grants for European grants, for example. But it depends. It depends of the way you are dealing with the projects. Metban, as you know, can work with Libya because one of the member of the board is from the Ministry of the Environment of Libya since just nearly 1 year. So it's on the way. And as you said, Abbas, that I know very well Libya. I know Ain Razala. I know all that places, Gara Island, and so on. You are right, Abdul Ghani. We have to work for sure in a different way with Libya. I'm sure, and I know because I've been diving there. I know the people working there. I say everywhere I go in the world, in the conferences and so on, that it is important to deal with Libya. So maybe in some grants are not are excluded. You're right, that's the reality, but some are not. So it's a question of building projects, and Metpan, I can assure you, can help you to do that.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm sorry. So thank you again, Renaud. We keep now the floor for Luis, who joined us, Luis Toldra. Hello, Luis. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Bon dia.
Bon dia, bon dia. Are you hearing me well? Good conditions? Sound is good?
Don't worry, Luis. Take your time to present yourself. It is I am always saying the same because I know that people want to present themselves. I cannot present you. I know you are Luis Todra. Depana is very famous, but you have the mic, Luis.
Okay, thank you. So firstly, thank you for inviting us to this webinar. I am Luis Toldrá. I am a lawyer. I am a member of a Catalan NGO called Depana. I am a volunteer. We work on volunteer basis. And I will talk about the problematics of the Llobregat Delta, wetland, the remnants of a wetland beside the city of Barcelona. You know the context, or maybe not. I will try to share the screen. I'm not sure if I will succeed, but this one. Okay, this is the city. This is the Barcelona airport, you know, very close. Barcelona is one of the most touristic cities.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Is it?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay,
Yes.
now, yeah.
So you see all the metropolitan area, the port, the airport. Now Barcelona is one of the most touristic cities in the Mediterranean. I don't know, I'm for sure, but it's about 10 million tourists per year, but maybe it could be more. Now the Barcelona airport is about 55 million passengers. So it's one of the busiest airports in the Mediterranean. And the idea is to increase his own capacity. You know, what is not the same problematic as in your countries, and for sure, but now here we are dealing with the survival of this little wetland. And we have no money about this. And for instance, we have the heavy contenders against us. Maybe we are the only thing that is now stopping the enlargement of the airport, thanks of a complaint procedure on a European Union basis. And with the Commission now is stopping this enlargement. So let me show you what is the map. Oh, if I can. Oh, it's not here. Oh, you know, technology is not about me.
Mr. Luis, can I ask you please to reshare your screen again? Can you please can you please share your screen again?
Yes, because you have lost it. Okay.
Thank you. I would like also to ask, please, before you begin, if we can stick with the 10-minute presentation so we can allow time for other speakers to have.
Yes, I will be on that.
I appreciate, and if we have any question, we can leave them to the last session, to the Q&A session. Thank you so much.
No, please, tell me if I'm not in the schedule.
Thank you.
I will try to fit in the 10 minutes. First, if I find my screen. Well, if I do not, because I'm not seeing where is the other image that I have selected for you. But well, it's not this. Oh, I'm very sorry.
No, don't worry. I can make a proposal. So we can leave Shukri Haddad, Mr. Shukri Haddad, to take now the floor, and you can join us after him. What do you think?
I
Well,
think that we
I,
can have some.
I think I can finish rapidly, quickly. No,
Okay.
don't worry. It's not a matter of technology. So I'm sorry. My
Okay.
image will be the same. I am speaking for you. So to shortly finish this kind of problem, now the situation is the airport is surrounded by protected areas, all included as a SPA, special protection area coming from the European rules, the Habitat Directive, and is affecting a coastal lagoon called La Ricarda. And now the enlargement of the third is not a landing strip, is a runway. The third runway of the airport is directly affecting. So we have a very big problem with this. And the matter is not only an environmental one, because it's a matter about tourism, about changing of living in Barcelona problems. Tourism has the seat of its own destruction always. And this is dealing a lot of situations here. And the problem is that we are all alone, and there is no other one leaning out on this situation. So it's important that you hear about that. I'm sure there is not the same problem in your countries, there for sure, but here the problem is the direct destruction of our last remnants wetlands, and Llobregat Delta is one. So if you are coming to Barcelona, you are landing on the airport, you are part of this 55 million tourists per year, you have to be conscious about the problems we have got here. And we will continue working. And nowadays, there is no green light for the enlargement. And we will follow on this. And quite sure I could speak over more minutes, but it will be no as interesting as Renault conference. And I am at your disposal for your questions, but I think it's enough with this. Yeah, I'm sorry about my technological issues. Thank you very much.
No problem. We have this technological, and soon we will be with artificial intelligence. Yani, it's not easy at all. Now, as Rebecca said, we will leave all the questions for the end discussion ending of the webinar. We have Fadia Jum'a from the south of Lebanon, from Al-Mansouri, Hima Al-Mansouri, and Coastal Tier Nature Reserves. Fadia, you have the mic, please. Fine. هذا excellent. فادية عم تسمع؟ أيوة.
هلو، مرحبا جميعا، كيفكم؟
يلا تفضلي.
Okay. First, I'm Fadia Juma, an activist and journalist. I began volunteering on the protected beach of Hima Mansouri 10 years ago alongside Miss Mona Khalil, who guarded the shore through her own personal initiatives. Today, as Mona has grown older, I have taken up the responsibility of continue what she started through the initiative with a group of volunteers. life is not rosy. As we all know in Lebanon, the challenge are growth. We are working on the scale of a state or ministry, but with no government support whatsoever. In short, I introduce myself today as a journalist and a guardian of the beach in South Lebanon, in Hima Mansouri, the most important nesting site for marine turtles in Lebanon. Sorry about my English. رح جرب أحكي
Nadia,
بالعربي ورح
yeah,
يكونوا
please feel
الأشياء
free
عم
to speak
بينعرضوا
in Arabic.
قدامكم.
Yes.
أوكي. أول شيء بدي أقوله إنه حمى المنصوري هو واحد من أهم الشواطئ البكر الفيرجن بعدهم بلبنان، وبيتميز بأهميته البيئية العالية، ويعد الموقع الأهم أو الموقع الأساسي لتعشيش السلاحف البحرية المهددة بالانقراض من نوعين كاريتا كاريتا والجرين تيرتل بلبنان. من أكثر من 10 سنين، يمكن هيدي بدنا نقول من 25 سنة تقريبا، صارت هيدي المنطقة هي نموذج فريد للحماية المجتمعية الطوعية بجهود ست منى خليل وعدد من الناشطين. وبعد ما منى أكيد بدي أرجع أقولها كبرت، كنت قدام مسؤولية بالشيء اللي تعلمته منها إني أرجع كفي هيدا الشغل. فمن 3 سنين أسست مبادرة، أنا مني جمعية أبدا، مبادرة وعم بشتغل مع عدد أفراد ما بيتجاوزوا 4 أشخاص لحماية هيدا الشط. هيدي السنة عملنا ريكورد كتير حلو اللي هو 67 عش للسلاحف البحرية المحمية، وهيدا إنجاز كتير كبير بالنسبة لنا. السنة الماضية 52 كانت الدنيا حرب، وهيدا التحدي كان كتير كبير لنا بإمكانيات بزيرو بادجت. هيدا الحمى أكيد عم بتواجه تحديات كتير خطيرة اليوم. منا أول شيء التعديات البشرية، التوسع العمراني، غياب أي حماية رسمية ودعم من الدولة اللبنانية. أكيد كلياتنا عم نعاني من نفس التلوث البحري، المخلفات البلاستيكية، والتهديدات اللي عم ترتبط بالمشاريع السياحية والاقتصادية الغير مستدامة. استخدام الديناميت من الصيادين والصيد الجائر والغير الشرعي. وكمان شغلة نحن بنواجهها يعني مش موجودة كتير بالشط اللبناني، هي انتشار الثعالب والكلاب الشاردة على الشط، وهيدا بيهدد الأعشاش. وبنرجع بنقول غياب الدعم المادي من الجهات الرسمية. رغم كل هيدي التحديات نحن عم نكفي وعم نشتغل. هلا اللي صار معنا هيدي السنة، يمكن واجهنا تحدي أكبر بكتير، يمكن من إنه نقدر نكون عم نوقف بوجهه. كانوا كتير عم بيكسروا لنا إنه ما رح تقدروا تعملوا شيء. هو المرسوم اللي صدر بإشغال أملاك عامة بحرية بمحاذاة المحمية. طبعا هيدا الشيء ما كان سهل علينا، هيدا الخبر. و يعني من ضمن موجة الاستثمارات الساحلية اللي هي أساسا بتهدد الأملاك البحرية، ترخص ل 11,000 متر مربع بالبحر إشغالها بمشروع ما كان واضح شو هو. هيدا المرسوم، طبعا أنا بالبداية لما شفت إنه نزل مرسوم بالقليلة كان ضروري فتش كحامية لهيدا الموقع إنه وين هو بالضبط، عن شو عم بيحكوا، عن أي مساحة. عملت الخرايط ونزلت صورة جوية، نزلت عليها الخرايط، بين معي إنه ملاصق للحمى تماما. هون انشغل بالي أكثر، فكان ضروري إنه أشتغل على الصعيدين كصحفية وكناشطة بيئية. كصحفية بلشت الاستقصاء والتفتيش عن هيدا المشروع، اللي هو أساسا واجه حملة اعتراض كبيرة من الناشطين البيئيين والخبراء القانونيين، لأنه فيه كتير مخالفات قانونية. هون كتبت عن الموضوع، نزلت على الموقع، بلشت حاول فتش على التعديات. لقيت انه في مشروع سمك، استزراع سمك وقريدس، اساسا معمول بدون رخص قانونية. وثقت التعديات، واللي كانت تمديدات صرف صحي ومجاري، وكل شيء بده يتفضى من هيدي البرك كان نازل على البحر مباشرة بدون حتى التكرير، بدون معالجة. آه، وهون مدينا انه كيف كانت هيدا كلياته كان واضح جدا قديش بيهدد النظام البيئي البحري. أكثر من هيك، إنه ملاصقته للمشروع كان كتير مخيف بالنسبة لإلي. وكنت على يقين تام إنه أي مشروع بينعمل بهيدي المنطقة، ونحن بنعرف إنه بلبنان ما بيلتزموا بيئيا. ضمن عملية التحقيق اللي صار إنه بعد ما كتبنا مقال تواصل معي وزير البيئة السابق، وكان مستاء انه شو عم بيصير، وليش نحن بمطرح من المطارح كنا عم نهاجمه واعتبرنا عم نهاجمه. فطلب مني انه بده التوثيقات، وهو رح يعمل ابدا اهتمامه بالقضيه، وساهم برفع دعوى قضائيه مباشره قدام المدعي العام البيئي، وطالب بوقف العمل بهيدا المشروع والتحقيق بكيفيه صدور المرسوم وكل الخبريات. هون شكلنا حالة إذا بدك، قدرنا من خلالها مع الجمعيات وجمعية الجنوبيون الخضر والخط الأخضر تحديدا والمفكرة القانونية اللي تبنوا هيدا الملف قانونيا، بما أنه برجع بقول أنا مني جمعية. قدرنا نعمل تضامن معهم، وقدروا يعملوا هن التحليل القانوني اللي بيثبت مخالفة المرسوم لمرسوم الأملاك العامة البحرية، وغياب تقييم الأثر البيئي. وكان في الأدلة اللي أنا زودتهم فيها، اللي هي تعديات على الشط. كل هيدي الجهود كانت ثمرة تعاون بيئي، وكان إعلامي، وكجمعيات أكيد سلطت الضوء على القضية. هلأ الضغط الشعبي بمطرح من المطارح، وهيدي كانت اعتبر هيدا القرار انتصار للبيئة بلبنان وانتصار نادر. قدرنا ردينا المرسوم، وقدرنا يعني وقفنا هيدا المشروع وحمينا الشط. هلا القضية هون ما بتخلص، لأنه بفتكر انه نحن بحاجه لمراجعه كامله لكل التعديات اللي عم بتصير على الشط اللبناني. بس بالنسبه لي انا كانت هيدي القضيه هي مفصليه بمسيرتي الصحفيه والنضاليه بالبيئه، لانه ما كنت عم دافع بس عن شط، انه اليوم في نظام بيئي هش بحاجه لحمايه، في خصوصيه بحريه، وفي حمى بالنتيجه. هيدا كلياته لازم نكون عم نشتغل عليه. هيدا أحد المواضيع اللي كنا عم نشتغل عليها بحمى المنصوري. باختصار اليوم كمان كنت عم تعرض شوية صور نحن شو بنعمل على شط حمى المنصوري، غير إنه بنحمي الأعشاش. نحن اليوم لأنه ما في داعم لإلنا، عم نجرب نفوت بمشاريع تانية ما بتمول الشط مباشرة، بتمول حملات توعية من خلال المصاري اللي بيطلعوا لنا كترينر وهيك. عم نمول الشط، يعني اليوم عم بشتغل بدل الشغلة شغلتين لأقدر أجيب مصاري للشط لنكفي الحماية، ونقدر نجيب المعدات اللي لازمتنا، ونقدر نعطي الناس اللي عم تعطي من يومها 5 و6 ساعات شغل على هيدا الشط فعليا. فهيدي النشاطات من ضمن الحملات الريليز، التوعية بالمدارس، التوعية بالبلديات. صار لنا تقريبا شي 4 أشهر بنشتغل على هيدا المشروع لا نقدر نمول شغلنا على الشط. هيدا بالنسبة لحمى المنصورة باختصار. بالنسبة لليوم محمية سور الطبيعية، وكان مالك طلب مني إنه شوي نحكي كناشطة وكصحفية كيف تابعت الموضوع. بداية هيدا كلنا بنعرف محمية سور هي الأهم بلبنان كمحمية بحرية وبرية الاثنين سوا مع بعض، وهي الأكبر. ولاحظنا انه كان بلشت اعمال من ايلول السنه الماضيه على الشط، سوري مش على الشط، قريب من محميه سور بمحاذاه المحميه. هون كان ضروري انه نتقصى كمان ونعرف شو عم بيصير على الشط. بنفس الطريقة اشتغلت، يعني دايما موضوع الصحافة عم يدعمني كناشطة، وموضوع كناشطة عم يدعمني كصحفية. درنا مع المجتمع المدني والجمعيات، كشفنا عن مخالفات كتير كبيرة عم ترتكبها وزارة الدفاع اللبنانية للأسف، والمتعهد المتعاقدين معه بمنطقة الشواكير المحاذية مباشرة لمحمية شط سور. المخالفات القانونية بالتعاون مع المفكر القانونية هن اللي فندوهن. أول شيء، وأكيد الجنوبيون الخضر، كان في تجاهل لقرارات قضائية ملزمة. صدر قرارات قضائية بعد ما وثقنا التعديات والمخالفات القانونية، 4 قرارات قضائية بوقف الأشغال تحت طائلة غرامات، ولكن لم تنفذ. وزارة الدفاع زادت وتيرة الأعمال رغم التبليغ الرسمي. هون شو الخطر؟ كان في تعدي، المشروع عم بيتعدى على أراضي بتوقع ضمن المنطقة الحزامية لمحمية شطسور، والمصنفة بحسب قانون المحميات وقانون المناطق المحمية. أكيد في إنه فيها تصنيف. الأشغال كانت عم بتتم بدون دراسة أثر بيئي، وهيدا بخالف القانون. الأراضي هي جزء من أراضي جفتة الكراس العين. الأجانب يمكن ما بيعرفوا شو هي جفتة الكراس العين، بس هي منطقة ذات أهمية بيئية وأثرية وتاريخية مرتبطة بتاريخ سور عالية جدا. كان في مخالفات موثقة بتقرير الخبرة القضائية. أكثر من هيك، المتعهد قام بسرقة وشفط الرمال وبيعها بطريقة غير قانونية، كان عم بيهربها بالليل وكان عم بيدخل محلها ردم الحرب ويحطها بالموقع، وأعمال حفر وتشويه. وكل هيدا شفناه لمنطقة بحسب مديرية الآثار يقال فيها ثلاث ثلاث مواقع أثرية، ولكن في دراسات بتقول إنه في مرفأ سور القديم بهيدا الموقع، وفي في مدينة بكاملة إنه أثرية تحت. وزارة الثقافة وزارة الثقافة أخذت قرار بوقف الأشغال، كمان ما تنفذ هيدا القرار. الجمعيات كانت ومن ضمن مجموعة نحن ألفناها كناشطين، كنا عم نشتغل على الموضوع على مخاطبة الرؤساء، ولكن تعرضنا لتهديد مباشر لزميل إلنا خلال محاولة توثيقه تم اعتقاله. فمبدئيا ما فينا نقول الموضوع خلص بوقف الأعمال، لأنه وقفت الأعمال لمراجعة الوزارات المختصة. لهيك راحوا حاليا جنوبيون الخضر والمفكرة القانونية لرفع دعوى قدام مجلس شورى الدولة للنظر بموضوع التعدي على محمية سور. الحريق الأخير كمان في شغلة بدي أقولها، إنه اليوم لما بيسقط البفر زون، الذراع الحامي للمحمية، يعني هيدا شيء كتير خطير، ومعناتها سقوط المحمية. ويمكن بمطرح من المطارح الحريق، لو هيدا الدرع بعده موجود، مش هنشوف هيدا الحرايق، مش هنشوف هيدا الانتهاكات. عدا عن أيضا وهذا بعز علي إني أقوله، اليوم لا تدار المحمية كما يجب. في انتهاكات كتير كبيرة جوا المحمية، من خيل للحركة السياحية، للنفايات، للمجاري بمطارح معينة، لاستعمال الأسمدة بالمناطق الزراعية، بالمنطقة الزراعية. في مخالفات جدا جسيمة، ولا تدار المحمية كما يجب.
طيب
فهيدا كل شيء نحن عم نتابعه.
كتير حلو، كتير حلو. يا ريت كان كله مترجم، بس أنا عندي طلب. يا ريت اللي حكيتيه هلا كله مسجل، نترجمه بمقال نبعته للمشاركين. يعني
أكيد أكيد فينا نبعث لهم إياه. أنا سوري ما كنت محضرة
دونت وري دونت وري.
برزنتيشن،
هلا دكتور
اعتبرتها إنه
شكري كمان
دردشة.
بيكمل، دكتور شكري
إيه،
كمان بيكمل لأنه عنده الخبرة القوية بالبلد.
بالقانون.
I was thanking Fadia because she was speaking about two sites, not only one. One in Mansouri as a Hima, and one in Tir, in the more like nature reserve,
reserve.
is official declared nature reserve. So she will try to make it all in English in one document, and we will send it to you all. They have big problems. They are under pressures, and we need legal assistance, not only technical assistance in how to protect. We know how to protect, but we need legal assistance, and we need recognition now, today's, not tomorrow, and a year after. We need today the government to come, central government, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Agriculture, because Jaftalak Ras Al Ain is mainly agricultural zone. Jaftalak is a Turkish word. It means the farm. So Ministry of Agriculture is the owner. Maybe Dr. Shukri will correct me. We need this assistance urgently for these two sites. Dr. Shukri Haddad, please, you have the mic.
Good day, everyone. Thank you, Lebanese Environment Forum, and thank you all for participating in this webinar. I am happy to be here with you today to talk about a subject that matters to all of us, how we protect our sea and how our legal system helps that mission. I am Shukri Haddad, a lawyer specialized in environmental law. I currently serve as head of the Environment Committee at the Beirut Bar Association, and I am also a member of the Legislation Committee, and I am the head of Environmental Justice Unit at the Socioeconomic Institute for Development, and I serve as a legal advisor on board member in the Shuf Biosphere Reserve. My intervention will be about Lebanese Sea between legal promises and reality. We all know Lebanon has a rich and beautiful coastline, but that beauty is under threat. Pollution, unregulated fishing, counting, construction, and weak enforcement are all putting pressure on our marine life. But here's the saying, Lebanon actually have many environmental laws. The problem isn't the absence of laws, it's that most of them are not being implemented. Our legal toolbox exists, but need activation. Let's start with the good news. Lebanon has a full legal framework to protect its coast and marine biodiversity. We have the law 444/2002, our main environmental protection law, sets out the polluter pays principle and demands environmental impact assessments before any major coastal project, but 2 decades later, key decree still haven't been issued, and many development have without proper environmental reviews. We have the law 130/2019. The law on protected areas gives Lebanon a clear framework to create and manage reserves, including marine protected areas. It even allows us to create new reserve types by decree, but we still haven't issued a decree specifically for marine zones. We have also a decree that lay out procedures for strategic environmental assessment and EIA, but these are often ignored, especially when political or economic interests are involved. And Fadia mentioned this that happens in source tier. We have the fishing law is still in force. It's from 1929. It's old, limited, and not adapted to today's marine challenges, like seasonal closures, marine zone, or no-take zones. Who's responsible? Too many hands, not enough coordination. A major problem is fragmentation. Many institutions are responsible for the sea. We have the Ministry of Environment manages protected areas. The Ministry of Agriculture regulates fishing. The Ministry of Public Works and Transport oversees ports and the coastal domain. We have the Ministry of Energy and Water that handles wastewater and river discharge. The Army, Navy, they handle the security. But there's no unified authority for marine protection. The result, we have gaps, duplication, and very little enforcement. What about stewards? Our forgotten marine gates. Let's not forget river stewards, the places where rivers meet the sea, that are some of the richest ecosystems in the Mediterranean, and home to fish nurseries, migratory birds, and rare marine species. But in Lebanon, there are barely protected. We need a proper law for estuaries with rule for water quality, habitat restoration, and fishing controls. Places like Damour, Litani, Awali, and the Brahim River deserve special protection, not pollution and neglect. Based on a legal approach, what should Lebanon do? So, what's the legal way to move forward? Issue the missing decrees under the laws to make these laws functional. Create a legal category just for marine protected areas under law 130/2019. Modernize the fishing law because he's nearly 100 years old. We need rules for seasonal closures, gear restriction, and community managed zones. We need to establish a national marine coordination committee, not just fragmented ministries. Draft a national law for estuaries because we have very big gaps in this kind of protection due to the many ministries interfere in this matter. Apply existing impact assessment law, especially along the coast and the ports. So we have more than 5-6 way to push the application of the law and to get a better environment to the protected marine areas. Let's move from paper to practice. Lebanon is party to all the right international treaties. Barcelona Convention, Convention of Biological Diversity, Ramsar, and more. But we all know that signing treaties is an easy part. Implementing them is where leadership shows. We are signing treaties, we have all the laws, but we don't apply anything on ground. And this is the big problem on this matter. We currently have 3 marine protected areas: Palm Island, Tear Beach, and Abbasiyeh, but there's underfunded, undermanaged, and unknown to many. What we need now is not a new law for the share, but a shift in mindset. We need to treat marine protection as a national strategy, just like we treat education. It's not just about turtles and coral, it's about clean water, healthy food, sustainable tourism, and community pride. So, in short, the legal path is there. The laws exist, the treaties are signed, the coastline is still alive. Now we need to bring it all together with will, with coordination, with respect for the sea that feeds us, protects us, and defines who we are. Thank you. And thank you, Abbas, for moderating.
Thank you, Shukri, for the beautiful and concise presentation. Again, يعني, in Lebanon, we are repeating the same since long. Even before the war, we are trying to have the coastal area management program since long, and we couldn't achieve we couldn't reach the creation of this authority you said about to be the one we invited once the Conservatoire du Littoral de France au Liban. Nous avons we organized with the Conservatoire du Littoral how to create the one for Lebanon, and we did a lot with the Lebanese Environment Forum مع التجمع اللبناني لحماية البيئة. We did a lot about this issue, and I hope to come again with the same positive energy, bring all the stakeholders together, and create this authority once for all for the blue economy, not only for the marine protected areas, but also the blue economy, including the estuaries and all the rivers reaching the top, the amont. Okay, now all the speakers had their presentation done. We need Luis, if you are listening, if you are with us still, we need your presentation, and we send it to the whole group after. Please, every speaker make effort to send the presentation, and we send them all to the whole group. So all the attendees, don't worry, you will receive from us, from the Lebanese Environmental Forum, from the University of Balamand, the whole documents on the topics, okay? As we said at the beginning, we are living ecocide, we are destroying our environment. Not only in Lebanon, in many countries in the southeast and north of the Mediterranean. We are not avoiding the suicides. This is por desgracia, como se dice aquí en España. We are not having a strategical awareness. When we are going to avoid, to fight ecocide, when we can avoid the suicide and later the genocide. No, this is very important. Now the floor is for you, all the participants. Questions or short observations. The floor is for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Abbas. I don't know if you hear me again. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, Abbas. Yeah, just to tell you that thanks to say to us that we need positive energy, because this is the case, and we are always obliged to combat. We have to fight about many things. I just want to go back to Shukri. Thank you, Shukri. It was really interesting what you said, and I think that we have the same problems everywhere. That means what you were talking about, the fragmentation of the responsibilities of many administrations. This is this is real even in Europe. That's the same. You can easily understand that. Sometimes the Ministry of the Environment can do anything, and sometimes not, because it's divided in many other ministries. For example, even for MPAs management. And the other thing is also, as you said, the implementation. Everybody has this problem. I have this problem. You have understood that in my MPA. So for France, this is a rich country with so many stories and so on. We have problems to control trawlers inside the MPA. We have put measures, but as you have understood, we cannot control by ourselves that. So that means we have to go ahead on that. And that's interesting to say that. And just 2 words about the Barcelona Convention. For sure, it's easier to sign treaties. It's easy. It's not so easy, but easier than to implement them. But it's important to do it. So as you know, in December there is the 30th anniversary birthday of the Barcelona Convention in Egypt. I think this is a time for Lebanon and for every country to go ahead on that, and to put the real things in that kind of thing. And last thing, you were talking about the Conservatoire du Littoral in France. I just want to tell you, because I think you don't know it, but Conservatoire du Littoral, for certain deputies of France, wants to take it out. I don't want to have it anymore. You can imagine that? Some more than 30 years of experience with so many good things done and so on. And some politicians wants now think about putting out the Conservatoire du Littoral. That's crazy. But because we are in Europe, and everyone said we have to continue to fight against the problems of the nature is facing, and some politicians want to do that. So that means just that in everywhere we are, small MPA, big MPA, NGO, ministries, and so on, we have to be aware of that. But everything is moving, sometimes in the right way, and sometimes not. So we have to be aware of everything about that.
Excellent, Renaud. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please, another participant, attendee, Luis, if you want to bring new points to the audience, do you want to say something? Because we didn't really, to be fair, we didn't give you the time enough to explain your situation. In Arabic, let me tell you this in 2 words. They have عندهم مشكلة كتير كبيرة في محمية مهمة جدا حد المطار ببرشلونة. بدهم يكبروا المطار على ذوقهم، بدهم يعملوا ترمينال نمبر 3 الثالث على حساب المحمية وعلى حساب المنتزه الزراعي. عندهم كمان شيء بيشبه جفتلك رأس العين كل 1700 مزارع. بدهم يهدموا هالمنطقة هاي، بدهم يعمروا المطار. فهو محامي وعم بيحاول مع ديبانا يقوموا بكل الدعوات عندهم القضائية ضد هذا المشروع. Please, Luis, if you want to add something.
Oh, okay, yes, obviously I can add some things about it. Well, you know, well, as Renaud said, the problem is the same. Nature is never acting in the good way in no countries in the world. And now the trends, the political trends, all world around are very negative. To me, surprised enormously the diplôme loi à la France is a very negative issue that we have to face in every country. But you know, all the governments are talking about removing protection of any kind, and removing the EU, that, for instance, in Spain is very important to the protection of nature. In returning back to Delta del Llobregat, well, it's a flat area surrounded by cities and villages for 3 million people, more or less, and all the infrastructures, heavy infrastructures, are located in it. So the airport, the port, and so on. So of its 90 square kilometers surface, it lasts no longer than 3,000 hectares of non-built areas. The half part of it is agricultural land, and the half part of it is more or less wetlands. The legal protection of the wetlands is absolute, is heavy, is with degrees of protection. But once the first enlargement of the Barcelona airport in 2002 year was about building the third runway. This third runway was short because of fitting between the two protected areas surrounding the airport that I wish to show you in a map, but I failed. I'm sorry. But the southern part of this third runway was played the exception of imperative reasons of overriding public interest. I have to read it because I'm reminded. This is the section that is on the Habitat Directive. The Article 6.5 is the only played at once in Catalonia and twice or 3 times in all Spain, this exception. Now, for the new enlargement of this third runway, they want to play again this exception. And why is stopped by the Commission this enlargement affecting SPA Delta del Llobregat on the north part in the La Ricarda Lagoon? Is because there is a complaint coming from the PANA after 20 years of work, and this complaint has succeeded until now because the lack of complement of the commitments made by the Minister of Airports in Spain. They committed to do a lot of things to improve the habitats in the Llobregat Delta, and as you can imagine, and as in every country we know, they have done nothing. So because of this, the Commission is against this new enlargement, because if you play the exception and you don't suit your commitments to allow this exception, you cannot ask for another one exception if you are not accomplished the conditions of the first one 20 years ago. So it's because of this that now is still this stop on the enlargement. But as you can imagine, enterprises, governments are moving towards the destruction of this lagoon, saying that 3 ducks cannot stop the economical growth. We have to return back to the caverns. The same argument as always everywhere in every country, as you know. Thank you, Abbas, for letting me introduce this part of the.
Thank you, Luis. I wanted you to come with us because to bring people together and to have a bridge between Barcelona and Beirut, especially, and more cities around the Mediterranean, Bari, Benghazi, etc., etc., etc. It's very important to share our experience. That's why I am working with HIMA, Lebanese Environment Forum, Society for the Protection of Nature. And here we want to organize face-to-face on this subjects later this year or maybe 2026. So please, again, who is ready for questions? We have Renaud, we have Luis, we have Fadia, Dr. Shukri Haddad left us because he has a compromise. Any questions? Nobody is ready. Nobody has observation. Nothing. So I give the mic to Rebecca, our colleague from the Lebanese Environment Forum, to make the closing speech.
Yes. Thank you, Abbas. Thank you so much for all of you. Excuse me, maybe with the video would be better. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for all our speakers and for our participants today for this rich discussion. I would like to take this opportunity also to invite you to our next webinar, which will take place next week, next Tuesday, on August 12th, at the same time as today's session. For sure, you will receive the official invitation and with all the details. So looking forward to see you next week. Hopefully, and as I said, we will receive an email and an invitation with also all the details related to this webinar, including the recording. So thank you so much again, and have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a nice day, week, and weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Rebecca.
much. Have a
Malek.
nice day.
Habibi Malek.
Yes.
Renaud. Mi
Thank
amigo.
you. Bye.
A la
See you.
próxima.
Ciao.
Luis,
Ciao.
nos vemos.
Inshallah.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
See you. Ciao. Thank you very much.
Irene.